Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on our pop-up Zoom Cleanse and Restore bundle class. We are so excited to share this with you. I am here with the amazing Dr. Dana, and
Hey,
we are
everybody.
putting together, we are putting together some amazing events for you coming up. And this is the first of many, right, Dana?
Absolutely. I love this.
We were so excited. And I'm going to be authentically vulnerable and let you guys know that I have used products from doTERRA for 10 years. I have taught hundreds of classes. I don't even know how many classes I've taught in the last 10 years.
Mhm.
I have never one time done the Cleanse and Restore class. Not one time. So put in the chat if you're here on Zoom, but it'd be like, yeah, me too. Same, Shannon. Or if you haven't started with doTERRA yet and you're like, what the heck is this Cleanse and Restore thing? You are about to learn all of the things. Dana, this is like her probably 100th time teaching this class.
This is my jam. This is my jam. And like, it's not so much that I teach it as a class, but like I talk about it all the time, more as like a one-on-one appointment during patient visits. So, I mean, there are times that I'll explain what the cleanse is like 5 times a day. So I've gotten pretty good at keeping it short and sweet, but I'm not going to keep it too short and sweet today when we're talking about it because we want to make sure that we touch on everything a little bit more because we've got the time.
Absolutely. And well, now that you bring that up, I mean, I have talked about the products.
Absolutely, you have.
I've done the cleanse. People on my
You
team have
know
done a
it.
team cleanse, like all the things, but see, Chrissy's like, I've never actually taught like a full class. So here we are. Some of us the first time, some of us have done this more than 75 times probably.
You.
So we're going to show you a little bit of a presentation. Okay. We're going to show you this easy peasy way of teaching your own teams if you have a team in doTERRA, because we got this amazing presentation from the DMK. And we're going to talk about our experience. If you guys have an experience with the products, or you're like, oh my gosh, I totally love this product, or I'm so glad they revamped this product, or what is this product? Put in the chat, put in the comments below, and we'll answer all the questions. All right.
I'm
Should we go
excited.
live in a Facebook group?
Oh.
Chrissy's like, no.
Okay,
Okay.
but it's going to be
Okay.
the DMK presentation. It's not going to be our faces.
Yeah.
It's not our faces. It's just the presentation.
Okay.
We got approval. All right. You want me to, I'll try and do that
Okay.
since you're going to be doing the other thing.
So funny. She's like, no.
Let's see. I'll do it in this group. Working on it.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We just got started and I was like, oh crap, I didn't go live. So if you're just now streaming in my Resilient Wellness group, we are here, here for the pop-up Cleanse and Restore kit class. We say kit class because we're going to talk about everything that's in the bundle, and it is a perfect time to do a cleanse. And you're going to learn a little bit about what doTERRA cleansing means. It doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, I can't leave my house for an entire 30 days or even a week or even a day. This is really supplementation to give your body a reset and give your gut some amazing goodness this time of year after about 3 months of extended sugar and all of the things, right, Dana?
Absolutely. Too much sugar.
So we're going to show you a brief presentation. We're going to talk about the products. We're going to answer any questions. So if you guys are in the Facebook group, comment that you're here and that you're watching. Any questions, we will try to get to your questions in real time. If not in real time, if I don't see them, we'll come back to you. All right. All right, Miss Dana, you want to share your screen? Can you share your screen?
I can share my screen.
Were you able to go somewhere live too?
No,
Oh,
but that's okay. Hold on. Okay. Do that. All right. That. And
all
here we go.
right.
There we go. All
Yay.
right. All right. Are you starting? You want me to start?
Go ahead.
All right.
I was just making it live and we are live, so that's good.
All right. Perfect. All right, you guys. So the cleanse and restore is one of the systems within doTERRA that I probably talk about more than anything else. When I look at my team and all of the people that are part of my group with doTERRA, and I look at how they got started, I'm going to say the majority of them got started with the cleanse and restore kit because it's what I talk about the most. And there's a good reason why I do, because it's health from the inside out. Okay, I love this quote. Your health truly manifests itself from the inside out. I mean, everybody's so worried about, oh, what creams can I put on my skin? And oh, well, I've got dry skin, I got itchy skin, all this kind of stuff. What creams can I put on? All that kind of stuff. But when you really stop to think about it and you really take the time to cleanse yourself from the inside and get your gut healthy and get your gut functioning well and all of your other organs of detoxification, all of the things on the surface clear up.
Mhm.
It's really, really fun to see how that works for people and to see them experience it, and just the shock and awe is just such a fun thing to experience. So
Absolutely.
healing from the inside out. Love it. And this one, actually, I'm going to skip to this one. Okay. So we've got the wellness pyramid. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is, I mean, this is a doTERRA thing, right? And you'll notice at the bottom that nutrition and digestion are the base of the pyramid, right? So what do you always want at the base? You want your biggest and your strongest. And basically, I mean, not that the other things aren't important, but that's going to be your most important component to living healthy. Okay. So it's your nutrition and digestion. Next above that is going to be your movement and metabolism. Okay. So much of our lives are very sedentary right now. We work at desks and we sit at home and we drive in cars, and right, there's not a whole lot that we
Mhm.
have to do in our daily life that requires movement. So that's going to be your next one. The next one is rest and manage stress, right? That's another huge one. And really, I mean, the cool thing, Shannon, right, is that we've got classes that we can teach for each of
Mhm.
these pieces of the pyramid.
I was just going to
Okay.
say this. We are going to bring you guys when we get going at the end of it, we'll talk to you about what we are bringing to the table here
Yep.
and off of Facebook, and we're going to do a class on all of these amazing
Mhm.
things, and I'm so excited to do that. And
Yeah.
today, I mean, all these matter, and an important thing that I get to remember is in my self-care journey, like when you start with doTERRA, I think that everybody gets this thought of like self-care and reduce the toxic load, right?
Mhm.
And so more of the environmental stuff. I feel like it's like more of the environmental and like what you're using on, like
Yep.
topically, like your skincare and your lotions and
Absolutely.
your perfumes, and get rid of, the carcinogens, right?
Yep.
And this was the last thing. And I posted this on vulnerably on Facebook the other day or on a post. This was the last thing I really truly focused on. About probably, it's probably been 7 years ago now, when I was
Mhm.
really diving into my emotional health and
Yeah.
my self-development.
Yep.
I didn't focus on what I was putting inside my body or my gut health. I
Yep.
focused on everything else. And so this is huge. And this is why we're here today.
Yep. Yep. And I love working with you on this because we're coming at it from different perspectives.
Mhm.
So we have two different ways of looking at it, because for me, it was the opposite. I had so many health problems. And when I was 16, I was introduced into supplements and healthcare and clean eating. So that's where I started from. And from there, I've learned like, oh, I've got to swap out all of these other things because those things aren't good for me. Right. And it's
Mhm.
really
Absolutely.
been like, oh, I'm in my 40s, and it's really been over the last couple recent years that I've learned to focus on the emotional part of it, right? So it's like we're kind of opposites in that aspect,
Mhm.
which is cool.
Yeah. And yeah, and my mom comes from a nursing perspective. And so we, you know, food was a huge part of that in that
Mhm.
way, but just wasn't like as, I don't even know, pronounced as like true gut health things.
Yeah.
And we're going to really talk about that today. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's interesting, right? You mentioned your mom was a nurse and focused on the healthy stuff. My dad worked at Lifesavers Candy Company, you guys. So they were partners with,
I didn't know this. That's
yeah.
amazing.
Uh-huh. So I literally grew up, I would go to work with him, back to work with him in the evenings for a little bit. Sometimes he would let me help him with paperwork. And for payment, I just got to go down to the store shop and take literally whatever I wanted because it was just all leftover bulk candy and I could take as much as I wanted.
That's
So it's all the
amazing.
gum, all the candy, all the Planters products, like all the Oreos. They were partnered with Nabisco. So it was full of Nabisco products and everything Lifesavers. So I like you guys, seriously, I binged on that my whole entire childhood, more than my parents even
Oh my
realized.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And we
See?
wonder why I had the health problems I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
learned, you see, this is why you get together and you do things together and you collaborate because
Uh-huh.
you learn things every single day. That's amazing. All
Yep.
right. So we will talk
So,
about all these things, but we're really going to talk about the cleanse collection, really, right? Today's
yes.
about the cleanse. Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep. It is. But right, you'll see down there at the bottom, right? Your nutrition and digestion. We're looking at the wellness pyramid, but different graphic now. You look at the bottom down there and you'll see we've got this box of these amazing supplements, LLV, which we're going to talk about. And then next to that, you've got all of our bags of the greens and the fiber and our different various proteins, right? To really focus on that core nutrition. These are things I really should have been doing when I was younger.
Hmm.
Right. And I'm not going to get into it right now. We've got what Shannon was talking about with the courses and things we have coming up. We'll get more into this and how we've revamped our lives to kind of accommodate, excuse me, all of the things that we've learned. But it's interesting, to look back and say, look at where I came from and look at where I am now, because
Hmm.
there's so many people that say, well, I can't because, and I can't because, and I can't because, and it's all excuses that I've lived and it's all stuff that we know. So we know it's something that you guys can do. And I love the cleanse because the cleanse and restore protocol doesn't really require you to make drastic changes. The cleanse and restore, I mean, it's like you'll see all these things here, and it's all tools that are going to help you revamp and improve all those areas of your body as you're ready for each step, right? You don't have to do everything at
Yeah.
once. You take it one step at
No.
a time when you're ready, right? And maybe one area looks more manageable, and that's where you're going to go. But today we're going to talk about the cleanse. So here we go. Okay, so why are we doing a cleanse? We're doing a cleanse to eliminate toxins. So a toxin is any substance that places undue stress on the body. Okay. And when we say on the body, that's going to be in, on, or around your body. It can come from anywhere. It can come from the air. It can come from a product that you put on topically or anything that goes into your body, food or drink wise, or supplement or medication. Toxic load describes the sum of all of the toxins accumulated within your body and the burden that they place on your vital organs. And the toxic load is where this comes up in conversation for me in my practice, because that toxic load, everything filters through the liver.
Hmm.
And I will say the liver is the number one organ that I find in my practice that needs the most um, you know,
Absolutely.
and it's not that everybody has liver disease or liver failure or cirrhosis of the liver. It's just the liver is stressed and needs support.
Our liver really filters so many things. Our
Oh
our
yeah.
our liver filters all of our emotions.
Hmm.
It filters everything we put in our mouth.
Yep.
It filters everything we put on our body. And it's just like if you don't get enough sleep at night, your body doesn't have the ability to rejuvenate.
Hmm.
And I think that what I used to really taught at the very beginning is the only place that you can absolutely 100, I mean, maybe not even 100%, but the only place that you can truly control the toxins is in your home. And
Right.
so what is in and around your home is going to allow your body to rejuvenate
Yep.
or not. And so it's just kind of like when you're like, I need to get 8 hours sleep because I need to allow my body to, do all the things. It's the same thing as at home. And these cleanse products, these products that we're going to use to help our organs, are going to just really supplement what we've been talking about Noterra for the last whenever we started, whenever you
Right.
started, whenever I started, like 10 years. I'm like, reduce your toxic load, which is literally helping your organs supplement. It starts in your gut because
Absolutely.
our gut is 80% of our immunity and it's 80 to 90% of our emotions.
Yep.
And our liver really takes the biggest load for our body.
Mhm.
And we need to give it love. And that's what we're doing right now.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. Um, so yeah, during your daily routine, we just kind of talked about this a little bit. During your daily routines,
Hmm.
your body is exposed to numerous toxins, right? It's
Hmm.
your body wash, it's your shampoo and conditioner, it's your facial lotions and creams and makeup, it's your deodorant, it's all the things, right? I mean,
Hmm.
that's just starting your morning. And then
Hmm.
it's what are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you cleaning your home with? What sort of air fresheners do you use? And then the office, what happens in your office, because we can't control the office space very much if you work in an office.
Hmm.
Right? You can't control it and you can't control the people that come in, right? People that are wearing perfumes with artificial fragrances. That's heavily toxic to me. I get migraines from that, not
Hmm.
to the extent that I used to. But it used to be a guarantee that if somebody were sitting near me at a restaurant or at church or wherever we might be, I would have a migraine within 20 minutes sitting next to somebody wearing perfume. Because there's just a lot of chemicals in there and it's not what we were meant to breathe.
Hmm. Exactly.
So, and this, I mean, we've kind of already talked about this quite a bit already. Shit.
Yeah.
We talked about
We
the
can
liver,
just,
talked about the digestive
yep.
tract, right? Mucous membranes, the liver, the kidneys, right? Kidneys do a lot of the liquid filtering. Probiotics, guys. Oh, we'll get to probiotics in a minute.
I love our new
Yes, yes. And the mucous membranes, right? Stuff sticks in the mucous membranes. And it's just getting all the things to move, right?
Hmm.
One of the things that I think about with mucous membranes is, right, we need to have our lymphatic system flowing in order to keep everything in motion. We don't want anything sitting stagnant because when things sit stagnant, that's when things accumulate. When things accumulate,
Yep.
that's when we end up with symptoms.
Yep.
So yeah, so we just got to keep everything flowing.
Yep. I love that. Keep everything flowing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, take a screenshot of this. And for extra, some of these are just gonna be like, take a screenshot, keep it for your
Mhm.
own inventory, keep it on your phone for like different ways of putting good stuff in your body
Yep.
and remembering. Absolutely. This is a great recipe.
Yep. I know. Juicing is such a great thing. And not everybody has a juicer. Um,
Hmm.
but I know like, and it's going to depend on where you live too, because I'm not sure you have any shops that have juicing. But around here within 20 to 30 minutes, I probably got 3, 4, or 5 places that I can go to get fresh juice.
Hmm.
Um,
Which is amazing.
yeah. So it's nice that these things are starting to become a thing now, because more
Hmm.
and more people are recognizing the importance of it.
Absolutely.
All right. Your body needs extra nutritional support. Oops, sorry. My bad. All right, Shannon, you want to go with this one? Or you want me to do this one?
We can do it. Is there going to be like, I think there is probably, this is basically the nutrition and the
Yep.
really supportive ones. Are they going to break it down? I can't remember in this
Mhm.
presentation if they do break it down. I have
Yeah.
taken
Each.
LLV from the very, very, very beginning. And I think Alpha CRS, we talked about this the other day. Alpha CRS is really the golden child of this trilogy. Microplex VMZ, if you guys have not taken LLV, pull it up, look at it. Lifelong Vitality comes with these 3 different bottles: Microplex VMZ, the XE Omega, and the Alpha CRS. Microplex VMZ is basically all of your nutrition, all of your minerals, all of your good grasses, all the things, plus some really good digestive essential oils. They're going to really, really help your gut health and your immunity. The next one is XC omega. You have all of the fatty acids and the fish oils that your body needs in the dosage that comes in the bottle. It's normally 2 to 4 a day, depending on how your body filters and this, men and women, all of that thing. And then alpha CRS is the cellular vitality complex. And it's really the thing that really supercharges the other two and allows your organs and your system to absorb them. It increases the synapses. It really just uses your central nervous system and gets everything going so amazingly. That is just what I know. What I've experienced with lifelong vitality has been such a huge benefit. And I know, put it in the chat if you guys taken lifelong vitality for just started it, or if you've taken it for a long time, and tell us just one key thing that that you've experienced after taking lifelong vitality. And the biggest thing that I think, it was one of my first conventions, and there was like they were sitting down and they were interviewing people, and they were like, do you take LLV? And I'm like, yes, absolutely, every single day of my life, right? And they're like, what is the top thing that you were thinking of? And I think it's really easy, especially in this day and age, to think of the negative things, right? And once the negative things are gone, you don't think about them. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, we're just good. I have more energy. My skin feels better, all of these things. Well, I experienced head tension most of my life, every single day, as far as I can remember. And it was an issue that I just lived with and dealt with, and it was what it was, right? And before doTERRA, I utilized other products to assist in supporting that discomfort. But they went away after using LLV for a little bit, probably about 3 months. And I didn't think about it because that negative thing was gone until I was sat there on the spot, and I was like on camera, and you get all nervous, and I was like, I don't know what to say. And I was like, holy cow. Like, I don't think about that because it was gone, right?
Right.
And so that was a huge thing. And if anybody experiences that, there's other things we can do too, but that was a huge thing that I didn't even think about.
Yep.
That was a side effect of taking positive bioavailable nutrition that my body was really absorbing
Yep.
and utilizing it. And obviously my body needs it, right? My body
Yep.
needed it in some fashion, and I just didn't realize how badly up until then.
Yeah. I know,
But
for me with the alpha CRS, and I mean, I can't isolate the alpha CRS because it was the whole trio. But my biggest would have been mental clarity.
oh my
It just
gosh.
kind of lifts that brain fog. And it was incredible. It's almost like this, it's crazy how you can go from being sluggish and forgetful and all those kind of things. And right, I'm still a mom with 4 kids. I still got way too many things that are going through my head and way too many things I'm trying to keep straight all the time. So I'm not going to say I remember everything all the time. But the mental clarity was huge.
Absolutely.
That was a really big one.
Absolutely. And
Um,
the PBO store, you guys, if you've been in doTERRA for quite a long time, you probably remember PB Assist, right?
mhm.
PB Assist was a probiotic. It is amazing. I'm not saying anything negative about it. doTERRA just always up levels, and doTERRA science is amazing, and they're constantly looking at different ways to improve the support for our bodies, our brains, and our health. And our body's a way of living longer, better, right? That's
Yep.
why that's why they created MetaPower, living longer, better, not longer crappy, right? And
Right.
PBS Restore is basically a 10x version, I feel like, of our PB Assist. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, 10x, the book 10x is better than 2x.
That's
Read that book.
amazing. It's
Dana
a
and I
great
were doing
book.
book club. It is a great book. And PB Restore is activated by, or you should take it around mealtime, one time
Yep.
a day.
Yep.
And it is like an entire array of goodness that I don't have the bottle in front of me. But it is amazing. Dana, if you want to elaborate on the PB Restore, something different, then, and I'm sure we're gonna have information here on slides too. So
Yeah, yeah. And we'll always touch on it more too, because we can't get to everything that PB Restore will do to help
oh
you
my
in
gosh.
one
No.
thing. But PB Restore, right? PB Assist was a great blend of pre and probiotics, right? There were
Mhm.
7 strains and it was great. PB Restore has over 34 strains, and it's
Mhm.
prebiotic, probiotic, postbiotic, and bacteriophages. Now, people are just kind of like, what in the world is a bacteriophage, right? Um, Basically what you need to know about that is that a phage is something that's going to go in and it's kind of like Pac-Man. Okay, so it's like it's the Pac-Man thing, right? It eats all the things and it goes after the ghost, then it eats the ghosts. So that's what the phages are. They go after the things. Um, so that is just, I mean, one of the words that I'll use a lot when I'm talking about these things is powerhouses. So PB
Hmm.
Restore is a huge powerhouse for the gut, and I'm I with all of the supplements that I'm exposed to, I'm always hard pressed to be like, this is the top of all the things. But I can't think of one product that has this much packed into it in one thing. I mean, this is going to be your powerhouse of probiotic product that you will want to have in your home. Now, typically, you're going to be taking PB Restorance one a day. During the cleanse, you're taking PB Restore just during the third phase. It's not that you're
Hmm.
taking it the entire time. And there's a reason for that,
Hmm.
because the third part is the reset. Okay, so the
Hmm.
first part is activate. We're getting the body ready to cleanse. The second part is doing the work of cleansing. And then the third part is
The
resetting.
renew.
And that's when you're like the restore, right? It's in the name, it's
Yep.
restore. So that's why it's the end phase. But even at that end phase, you're only taking one a day. So yeah, it's
And
an Alpha CRS, right? That's a huge powerhouse cellular support. It's huge. And even, even Dr. Hill, one of our founders who's a doctor, he said too, he's like Alpha CRS is almost so powerful that that's probably the one that people will have to ease into a little bit, right? Because
Mhm.
sometimes when you start taking supplements, the body's just kind of like, whoa, what just happened? Right. So
Mhm.
sometimes we say start low on your dosage
Mhm.
and then build up. Alpha CRS is probably the reason why we want to start low, because if you start with full dose right away and you've never had anything like that before, your body can be like, whoa, what is happening? Not in a bad way, not in a
Mhm.
bad way, but just kind of like easing into it, starting with a half dose instead of a full dose for like 2 days might be beneficial for you.
Absolutely. And I always encourage people, and I know the cleanse, we're talking about the cleanse right now, and we want you to do the cleanse with us. We're going to do Dana's already utilizing the cleanse. I'm going
Mhm,
to start it this month.
mhm.
I always encourage my people and my team to start with one each a day for a couple of days and then go up
Yep.
to two and then work your way up. I take half dose to three in the winter, but I take half dose all the time. My That's just what my body needs. I utilize it all, and but everybody is different. Everybody's metabolism is different too. So it's not everybody needs four, but the dose on the bottle does say four a day.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
see, I will
powerful.
say
And
that
I
typically I have also taken a half dose, but when I jumped into the cleanse this time, I jumped in at the full dose and I've been at the full dose the entire time.
Awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
And another side note is I eat food before I take it personally. And it makes, because otherwise I kind of get a little bit, I just feel a little icky for a little bit if I don't have protein before I eat it, before I take them. That's just
See?
because it is a
Yep.
lot of vitamins,
Yep.
and that's just
It
my
is.
system.
It is, right? And that's why it's good that you have both of us, because I take them on an empty stomach before I leave the house in the morning, and I'll have like my little mini greens protein MetaPower drink,
Mhm.
and that's all I have for about 3 hours is my
Yeah.
supplements with that drink, and that's it. So I don't eat food, like solid food at all with them. In the
You
evenings, I
see?
take them before dinner. Um,
Yeah, we just watched you take them at 8 o'clock at night, weirdo.
I know, which is not highly recommended because a lot of the
Alpha CRS
cellular
can give you energy.
support can give you energy and mental clarity, and you don't necessarily want mental energy and clarity at night because it keeps your brain awake.
Unless you're a
But
night shift person. If you're a night shift person,
take it at midnight.
there you go. All right. What
All
else do
right,
we got,
next.
my friend?
Okay, GX
Oh, yes.
Assist. I love this product. I love this product. And it's so funny because I feel like it's one of the unsung heroes that most people in
It
doTERRA
is.
don't know about, because so much of the focus is always on the oils, right? But GX Assist is an oil-based product.
It is.
Um,
It's a bunch of oils. It's a
it's
bunch of
there it
oils,
is.
which
There's
I
all the
didn't even
oils.
think about. Yeah.
Mhm. It is. It's basically a capsule of oils. The
Mhm.
only thing that's not an oil is the caprylic acid that's in it.
Yep.
So it has oregano, which is antimicrobial, right? Which means that it likes to kill. It's like a phage, right? I talked about the phages that like to go in and eat the things. Oregano likes to go in and kill the things.
Mhm.
Lemon is very cleansing. It helps with lymphatic flow. It helps keep things moving. Tea tree is another one that is very beneficial for killing off ick, right? So the thing
Mhm.
with tea tree, right? When I think tea tree, I think if anything's gross, you want to put tea tree on
Mhm.
it to clear it up and get rid of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. I think the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Thyme is very similar to oregano. Okay. Their properties are very similar in the fact that they both act as I want to kill all the things and nothing can
Mhm.
live. Peppermint, right? Peppermint's very soothing and settling for the stomach, which you absolutely want, having those powerhouses that are going to kill things off. Lemongrass is also good for the lymphatic system and keeping things moving. It's good for all so many things, right?
Lemongrass is really good for almost everything. Like
It
it's
is.
like it is just so supportive of your immunity.
Yeah.
It is a simple version of support for your immunity.
Yep.
I've just used it for so many things. I've used it for discomfort too.
Yep.
Um,
Because
so
yeah,
it's
you
just
can, it
lemongrass is
is,
universal.
right? Because lemongrass is good for connective tissue. Right?
Hmm.
So it's like
Hmm.
you're taking this product and it's good for all these things in the gut, but when you look at all the other side benefits that they have besides
Hmm.
just the gut and lymphatic stuff, like this
Yeah.
thing's huge, you guys.
It's huge for, yeah. So basically, I use and I have encouraged everybody in my team and my family to use this to give them some natural support when they are not feeling their best. And so we have this on, we never not have this, except for one time when I had to call Dana. I'm like, hey, Dana, I do not have Jix Assist. I am on vacation. What is in this thing? And she's like, these are the oils you need. Because I took all of my oils. That was one heck of a shot in water. Let me just tell you.
You did that in water?
Yes.
That could not
Because
have
I did
tasted
not
good.
have any
Oh my
capsules.
goodness.
So you're gonna want this. I'm just telling you, speaking to the choir here, I am telling you, you're gonna want to use this enteric coated capsule with these oils in
Yes.
it for your support because you will not taste it like I did that one day.
Yes.
But this is the cleanse part of it, right? This is gonna be the thing
Exactly.
that if you have heavy metals, it's going to attract, it's kind of like when I think about it, is honestly, you know, your kids, you always have that thing in case your kids eat something they're not supposed to. Hey,
Yep.
Bodie. Um, it's black. And so I'm like, it's going to absorb all the heavy metals. It's going to absorb all the gunk in your body and it's going to naturally get rid of it for you. And that's what our body's system is supposed to do. And it's just going to help it out, right? You're going to take
Yes.
this for a week to cleanse all
10
of those
days.
things. But yeah, 10 days, sorry. It's separated into 3 10-day increments.
Mhm.
And this is the reset part of it. And this is
Yep.
when you're going to just really attract all of that gunk out of your system to give your body the reset and cleansing that we've put in our body for the last, well, I mean, maybe even the year. Maybe you haven't done a cleanse for a year. But at the end of
Maybe
the
you've
year, you
never done a
guys, we've had
cleanse.
maybe you've never done a cleanse. Maybe you've never
Mhm.
done this. And again, this is going to, like I said, absorb the negative things and let your body take care of the rest. But this is not a product that's going to be like, holy cow, I can't leave my house because I
Right.
am in this 10 days, right? That's not what this
Right.
does. It just really absorbs all of that stuff, all of the sugar, all of the um, yeast, all of the
Yeah.
dairy, all of the things that your body is overflowing, growing in your body right now, because we've had a lot of holidays.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And
Um,
it's going to help you
yeah. So question. Are we posting this video publicly or is it staying private?
publicly. So we got to be good.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't say my Okay. Okay. And I'll bite my tongue. I won't
Well,
say
I
it.
mean, yeah. Anyway, it's going to really be supportive of your body and your system. Anytime your body is taxed, anytime your
Yep.
family is taxed. But it's really good in this reset part of the cleanse. Okay. So we're telling you a little bit about not just the cleanse and when one time to use these products, right?
Right.
But because you're going to want them and you're going to want to have them in your on your toolbox all the
Yes.
time.
So this is one that we keep in our home all of the time. And
Mhm.
even before I was with doTERRA, oregano was one of those tools that was in my cabinet all of the time
Mhm.
because I am a mom of four. My oldest child is 23 years old. in all of my years of parenting, all of those kids. So in 23 years with one, 18 with another, 9 with another, 7 with another, not once have any of my children ever taken an antibiotic. I'll leave it at that.
Yep. I'm so incredibly grateful that we have tools that will help our body and support our body, and absorb the negative things and allow our body to filter them as it's supposed to be, right?
Yep.
And not
Okay.
kill all of the good stuff. Okay.
Whoop. Okay.
Perfect.
Here we go. Here's
Yay.
more on it. See, told you we had more on it.
I know we did.
So after those, right, the middle 10 days, I'm surprised that this isn't in better order. We might need to reorder this at
All
some
right.
point.
Yeah.
But the middle 10 days is the GX assist, and we already touched that PB Restore is the final 10 days, right? The reset, to promote a positive balance and proliferation of beneficial bacteria. Okay, so there does, right? Everybody's like, oh my gosh, bacteria, I don't want a bacteria, it's so gross. But every mammal, every creature has bacteria. You have to have some balance between them because the bacteria is part of your immune system. You need to have the good bacteria that's there to fight off the other stuff that comes in, that tries to make you sick. So,
We have
yeah,
tons of bacteria, you guys. I know it sounds kind of gross because we're like, clean all the things. We
right.
have a ton of bacteria in our body and it is supportive for us.
Yep.
And so, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So, and I love this feature of it, right? So when you get your PB Restore, I wish they had a picture of the actual capsule because it's beautiful. It's an inner capsule that's this beautiful bright green. It's almost like the label. But then it has an outer clear capsule around it that has some another liquid in it, right? But you'll see here it says PB Restore uses patented encapsulation technology with an inner and outer capsule to ensure the delivery of the 30 bioactive components. So what happens is that first outer capsule is what opens up in the stomach, right? You'll see that many probiotic supplements can't pass through the stomach acid unaffected. So that first outer capsule will open up in the stomach, which allows that green inner capsule to pass through and get to the small intestine where the probiotics need to land. So I love that.
I love it too. I love it too.
And then,
Oh my gosh. Okay. So DDR Prime is an amazing, 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 amazing product. I have talked about DDR Prime for so many years regarding the fact of the emotional effect on our body that DDR Prime has.
yeah,
One thing that is in the restore is the end phase with the PB Restore is this DDR Prime. And so on your shelf, you may have the oil, which is perfectly, perfectly fine. Just put like 3 to 4 drops in a capsule and take that every single day as well, the last 10 days of your cleanse. This blend has frank, wild orange, lemongrass, thyme, clove, summer savory, and Naoli. And so you could see that some of those oils are also in that GX Assist, right?
yep,
And so we're going to, again, give our body some love, give ourselves some really good immunity support and some help with our cells in our body. You guys, every 90 to 120 days, our cells rejuvenate, like we have new cells come and they really take a picture of our old cells. Our body is an amazing, amazing, amazing thing, right? It's an amazing vessel. It is just, if we give it the service and the love that it needs, it's going to take care of us. Okay. So our cells take a picture of our old cells and they rejuvenate and make new cells every 90 to 120 days. Now, if we take DDR Prime, products like DDR Prime and use frankincense and On Guard
and the Alpha
products,
CRS.
yeah, and the Alpha CRS, it's going to remove those negative markers or there's not no healthy markers, or they're going to slough off the free radicals in your system. And it's going to create better, stronger, more alive, active DNA, right? That's going to support your body to live better, longer, right? And so DDR Prime also, if you've had any trauma, if you've had surgeries, if you've had experience like chemo, things like that in the past, DDR Prime is going to help your cellular DNA get healthier, right? You don't want to actively take DDR Prime when you're, going through chemo. It's going to fight the situation. What is going to go in, and this is why it's in the last 10 days of the cleanse, is it's going to restore and rejuvenate your cells, your body, your immunity. And that's why it's perfect the last 10 days.
Yep. Yep. I love it. I love it. This is one of, it's one of my other favorites. So the Zendocrine detoxification soft gels. Okay, so this is interesting because the words on this slide don't match the bottle.
That's so funny.
So, okay,
Sorry.
so Zendocrine, we have two different products. There's the complex. Okay. Okay. So basically, we've got two different products, right? So this slide, you'll see it says soft gels, but the bottle says complex. This slide talks about the complex, but it's pictured the complex. So that picture just needs to
Yep, the
change.
picture is wrong. It's okay.
So,
So yeah, so these are actually soft gels. So like if you guys have had Copaiba soft gels or the peppermint
On
soft
guard
gels,
soft gels.
yeah, they're the same shape, just like the GX Assist, same shape, but these are going to be like a clear, almost like an amber colored capsule or
Yep.
like a little soft gel, oval kind of thing.
Yep. So what I love about the soft gels is that these are great oils that support the liver. Um, the liver, the immune system, the lymphatic system, and the adrenals.
Hmm.
It's interesting because I test this oil most days in practice with most of my patients. And 9 times out of 10 when I test it, it's positive that the patient wants and needs it. So that goes to show how powerful these oils really are. Now, right, you look at it, it's just like, oh, okay, well, like you kind of look at it and like, well, it doesn't really sound like all that fancy, right? But that's because they're staples.
Hmm.
They're staples to support the body. Grapefruit's very cleansing and detoxifying. Clove is similar but different to oregano and thyme, as in it's a powerhouse.
Hmm.
Um, it's very powerful with antioxidants, immune support, and it also likes to go after all the things, just in a
Hmm.
different way. Um, but this soft gel is amazing. The thing that I love, and I'm going to comment about this with DDR Prime as well. So we talked about alpha CRS at the beginning and how that's a cellular support. And then we talked
Hmm.
about DDR Prime and how that's a cellular support. Well, why do we need two, right? So the alpha CRS is an herbal compound. Okay, so it's an herbal supplement, whereas DDR Prime is an essential oil blend soft gel. Okay, so when you take both of them, you're taking the oils and the herbals, and the oils actually are very beneficial to take at the same time because they help to activate the herbal compound. Okay, so they become full plant products when you take them together. The Zendocrine soft gels, which you take during the first 10 days to activate the cleanse, is that to the Zendocrine complex. The Zendocrine complex is the herbal compounds, right? So you'll see here it mentions milk thistle, psyllium husk, safflower petals. It also has marshmallow root. I'm just trying to think. Off the top of my head, I don't have the bottle right in front of me. But 14 active whole food extracts in Zendocrine that target specific cleansing organs, providing targeted cleansing and filtering functions of the body. So that's going to help target specifically your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, your skin, and your gut. Those are all
Hmm.
organs of detoxification. So the Zendocrine complex is the herbal compound. The Zendocrine soft gel is the oil blend, which activate each other. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I love how you clarify that. And you guys, Zendocrine is going to come up so many times. I
Yeah.
think that our metabolism, cortisol level, all the things have really fluctuated our metabolism. And if you haven't taken MetaPower for the last year, it's going to be another learning experience soon that we're going
Mhm.
to put out there, an educational series. But it comes up on me all the time as well. And to boost my metabolism and my endocrine system and my adrenal glands, I use a roller every single day. And so many, you guys, so many of these oils that we're talking about today in this cleanse are in my roller that I use every day.
Yeah.
And so Zendocrine comes up for me all the time. And it's going to just be so beneficial for us to use. And I love the fact that it's part of this cleanse. I love it. And it's going to just be so effective of our immunity. And
Yeah.
again, the first conversation that we had, right, Dana, was like, give our liver some love because it
Yep.
is the biggest filter system of our body. And we just don't
Absolutely.
think about it, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm looking, I'm just looking at this particular side right now. I'm like, oh, rosemary, geranium, and grapefruit. Those are all in a blend that I use on my hair for
Hmm.
healthy
They
hair
are.
growth.
They
I
are.
mean,
Absolutely.
it's all these things, right? So you're taking these for a cleanse, but you're getting the side benefits of this is really going to help your hair. If you're concerned with
Absolutely.
thinning and all of the thinning and breakage and all of the things, it's going to be really, really, really helpful.
Absolutely. And you guys, geranium is amazing, amazing for your emotional
Everything.
health.
Geranium, well,
Uh,
geranium is considered the poor man's rose, right?
it
The
is.
chemical compounds in geranium are most similar to rose. The aroma's a little bit different, but it's interesting. I will say it's very interesting because I think they smell completely and thoroughly different, but probably 50-50 when I test my patients for geranium and or rose, 50-50. They'll get it wrong and they'll guess the other one. So if it's geranium, they'll guess rose. If it's rose, they'll guess geranium. It's
That is
very
so
interesting because
interesting.
I think they're so different.
They
Um,
are so different. But
but
yeah, they are. So yeah, if you guys and you're like, holy cow, you see that price tag, rose is amazing.
yep.
I've had my bottle of rose for over 2 years and it's so full still, and
Oh,
I'm so incredibly blessed. Um, I used points for it. So
I
if you're
mean,
like, I can't get
I
rose,
I
you can
use
use points.
points for it too, but I've gone through four.
Mine's almost empty, but I have two girls as well. So yeah,
I've got
I
unlimited.
just yeah, your Lenica is like a rose. Yeah. But you guys,
Yeah,
I use rose for so many things. If I again, we'll do an emotions class, but like if
yeah.
I've had these moments of like utter everything is going wrong in my life and I cannot contain my own self. And I will put it on my heart and I will put it under my tongue. And yes, I put rose under my tongue and I am golden in like 10 minutes. Like my
Yep.
whole body just like all
I've
my
done that too.
energies come together. And like when I'm like sobbing and I'm like, I can't contain it. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
what is going on? And there's no like, nothing has majorly happened. I'm like, all right, emotions. I feel you. Anyway, so geranium is amazing.
Uh-huh.
Capsule of geranium is amazing for support for your body if you have those feelings or expressions, but Zendocrine is going to be powerful. It's a powerhouse. I love it. Okay, moving on.
Yep.
I digress.
Lemon. You guys, like, lemon is as basic as it gets, but it's
It's by
also
my all the time.
a powerhouse staple. I
Mhm.
mean, it really is. You can use lemon for so many different things, but it's an everyday component of the cleanse and restore protocol.
It
Um,
is.
there's, I mean, the way this is recommended to use it is that you add 2 drops to your water throughout the day, right? 2 drops to an 8-ounce glass of water, and you want to do that several times a day. So you're getting like what, 10 to 20 drops a day. Um,
Or what do you
but
do, Dana?
I I know I'm supposed to be using glass, I'm supposed to be using stainless steel, but I am doing 75 hard. So I get this essential pH water and I crack open a new one in the morning and I refill it 3 times throughout the day because it measures my water. It's easy for me. I like having at least one bottle that's a pH water because I drink a lot of water. But I can't add my oils to a plastic bottle. Okay,
Mhm.
it's going to break down the chemicals that are in the plastics. So you don't want to do that because you don't want to drink those chemicals. So I make a capsule of lemon oil and make one in the morning, one in the evening. I put about 6 drops in each capsule. Well, I'll say 6 to 8, kind of depending on how quick they come out. If I can
Mhm.
stop it fast enough.
Yeah, no
Um,
kidding.
but it does. It's one of those things that it's going to help with mental clarity. It's going to help with that brain fog. It's going to help your lymphatic flow. It's cleansing all the way around. It's going to be cleansing for everything. And guys, these oils work so well in the body. Like it's once they get on your skin or in your body, it's less than 30 seconds that it's in your entire bloodstream. I mean,
Yep,
they work that quickly.
they
Um,
do. The
it's
very
it's
beginning of this, Dana, we talked about the mucous membranes too.
yep,
And
yep.
this really, really, really thins down those mucous membranes and
Oh,
helps
absolutely.
purify our body. It just really does. So if you
Yep,
guys have just, if you have troubles or seasonal threats, this is going to be super supportive of you for
yep,
you to use them. Put it in your glass or your stainless steel cup or your coffee cup, and
yep,
drink some warm water in the morning with a little bit of a couple, 3 drops of lemon in it. It's going to
yep,
really start cleansing your body right off the bat, increase your metabolism,
yep,
and get that cleanse started every single day. And then go to the other things, right? I feel so much better when I drink a warm, like a just I kind of warm up water just a little bit, put some lemon in it before I drink coffee. I try to drink at least 8 ounces of water before I drink coffee in the morning. I'm not perfect at it, but it does help me when I drink some lemon in my water. It has helped me not drink as much caffeine because I just, we get kind of bored. I get kind of bored with things all the day.
Yep.
But I love that. I love that you're measuring your water too, because then you're getting 90 ounces of water.
I get 128, but yes, you're right.
Fine.
I get more than 128 actually. Because 4 liters is more than a gallon.
It is. Yeah, it is more than a gallon.
Oh, Shan, here you go.
My favorite. Okay, so like
It
if you've
is.
ever done a Symphony of Cells training, Boyd Truman created Symphony of Cells, SOC protocols. Dana and I talk about them all the time, right?
Yes.
His two favorite products, we have, I don't even know how many oils we have now, over 100, probably
Oh,
150
absolutely over
oils.
100. We've got so many.
I'm looking at them on my wall, and more than 150 probably. And
Mm-hmm.
the two favorite products he has, that he loves, Terrazyme and lemon. Simple.
Yep.
If he was stranded on an island somewhere, he would have an endless supply of Terrazyme and an endless supply of lemon essential oil. Okay. So Terrazyme is amazing, amazing. It has 10 active whole food enzymes in it. Your body just doesn't create um all the enzymes that your body needs. And so you're going to have these digestive enzymes to really help your health and to pull out the things you don't want. So it has amylase and lipase in it. So your body can absorb the good nutrition that you're eating. Our food is just not the same as it was 50, 60 years ago, or even 10 years ago, right? It doesn't
Right.
have to have the same quality of ingredients, the quality of protein, the quality of just natural ingredients. And so you have the amylase to absorb it, the lipase to slough off the sugars, carbs, and those kind of things. And if you have any issues with foods, like a food intolerance or sensitivities, this is going to be really, really good for you to take an hour and a half before you eat. I never leave home without Terrazyme because it is really, really a good agent for my digestive health and that discomfort that comes along with getting those sensitivities. If you're out in the world or you're going to retreat, you're going to come with us to leadership, whatever it is, bring your Terrazyme. But it is a really good part of the cleanse. It is an everyday thing. We take this every single day during the cleanse. And
Yep.
as you should every single day anyway, but
Yep.
it is
Like 1 to 2 before
profound.
meals.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do. Taking enzymes is incredibly important. Just like Shannon said, I mean, as we age, we just don't have as many enzymes as we used to. And that's why, as people age, it gets harder to, harder to just break down your food and more foods bother you and things like that. But even now, I mean, some kids do too. And it bothers me because it has a lot to do with the quality of our food. And even our produce isn't what it used to be. So it's frustrating, because on one hand I sit here and I'm just like, if you eat healthy, if you eat clean, you don't need to take too many supplements. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people that still need to take enzymes for these reasons.
Mhm.
And this is one of the best ones you can get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot say enough about how Terrazyme has just been a really game changer for me.
Yep.
I have a 22-year-old that uses Terrazyme before she eats and after she eats because it really does help her. And it helps so many people with digestive
Yeah,
health and
absolutely.
digestion, right? If
Yep.
you just, it's
Well, and
amazing.
too, I mean, obviously it's ideal if you take it before, but you just mentioned that your daughter takes it after, right? If you do eat something and it does cause you problems and you're having
Mhm.
struggles and discomfort after eating, take Terrazyme,
Mhm.
right?
Absolutely.
It can just help settle everything down and break everything down that's stuck and push things through. And it's amazing.
Mhm.
So definitely still take it after, even if you're having issues.
Absolutely.
Right? There it is, guys. There's all the
Yep.
things.
There's all the things. Yes. So the whole entire time you're going to be taking LLV, the whole entire time you're going to be using lemon,
Yep.
the whole entire time Terrazyme,
Yep. And
and
the
which
endocrine
Zendocrine
complex.
complex. Yes.
The
And
endocrine
then,
complex is the entire time.
yep. And then
Then
the
the
herbal
endocrine soft gel is days 1 through
is the
10.
first week.
That's
Yep.
your activate.
So
The endocrine soft gel
yep. So,
activate.
yep. Yep.
Um,
And then the second set is the GX Assist, the top white
yep,
bottle in the top right.
yep.
And that's the reset.
Reset.
That's to get rid of all the negative, right?
Yep.
and just really powerhouse clean your system, right?
Yep.
And then the last 10 days is your PB Restore, the Love, and the DDR Prime.
Yep.
And that is your 30 days. It's not really complicated. I know that when I first did the cleanse, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so complicated, and this chart is just crazy, and I don't know what to do. We will put in the chart after this, underneath this video. We'll put the chart in there so you guys can check the boxes every single time. But it's literally, it's way easier, and it's way easier to think about. And I think it's even easier, Dana. What do you think? The fact that PB Restore is one time. So you can just choose whenever you want to take it.
Right.
Whether you want to take it at lunchtime or if you want to take it at dinner time, right?
Right.
So PB Restore, I just want to say, like, before, if you guys have done the cleanse before, it was like before, or on an empty stomach or in the morning before anything else, you would take the PB Assist, and you would take it 3 times a day, right?
Right.
This one is you're going to take it one time this time around, right? This is new
Yep.
if you're doing a
Yep.
cleanse since we've had PB Restore, and your digestive system activates it.
Yep.
So you're going to want to take it pretty close to a meal. It doesn't matter which meal you choose.
Right.
I would just take it with your maybe your lunch, or maybe if you have an early supper, take it with your early supper, but you want to be up for quite a while because your digestive system makes it work. And it's going to give you the most benefit and the most love to your gut when you do that. So I just wanted to add that.
Absolutely. All right. And we just talked about how to use it. All right. Yay.
So Dana, what have we created to make this seamless and easy user friendly? What have we created? I'm so
Oh my
excited.
goodness, you guys. Like, I am incredibly excited about this because one of the things that people always say, they're like, I just forget. I did great for the first couple of days and then I forgot for a couple of days. So I don't know if I should start over, right? Because it's 30 days and it's like 10-day set. So you want to stick with it and you want to just push through. So Shannon and I have this amazing thing called Event Cafe, my Event Cafe, and we have a 30-day event in there. We have 2 of them set up for the cleanse. One of them is free, and one of them will
Yep.
have a small fee associated with it. So basically, what this free program is going to offer you is it's going to be a daily touch in the form of a text or an email. It's not going to be a social media thing. We've tried that. We've each tried that, and social media doesn't work. Even if we post something every day, it just doesn't always touch everybody that needs to see it.
Mhm.
So email or text, you get to choose which way you want it, and you get to choose which time of day you want it.
Mhm.
So in the free program, it's basically going to be, right, we've got education about what the products are because you've watched this class, right? But oftentimes, more often than not, you need to hear the things and see the things up to 3 times before it really sticks to remember. So we'll probably be posting this video in there so
Yep.
you can rewatch this
Absolutely.
whole thing if you want to. We've also got some other shorter videos in there that we've created for you. I think less than 5 minutes usually, right? Just
Yep.
kind of a
Yep.
little something real quick, just to kind of introduce different phases. But every day we'll have something about a product education in some capacity and a daily motivation. Okay. So
Yep.
most days it's just going to be 2 quick little things. It's not going to be something that takes up a ton of your time, but just enough to give you a daily touch and a reminder
Mhm.
and to keep you going, to give you some education. And then at the end of that, we also have some different suggestions and motivations and ways that you can continue to perpetuate this cleanse forward and follow it up with continuing to improve your health.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. It's really accountability.
Mhm.
That's what comes up to me is when you do something for 30 days, I need accountability. If you're gonna do a challenge, this is a challenge, and it's in the event cafe as a challenge, because I think we get to really get connected.
Mhm.
We're going to have a Facebook group. What is that Facebook group called? If you are on Facebook and you want to be in there with the group, we created the Facebook group for all the challenges. We did use it for a different thing before, and we're just going to use it for all of our educational challenges. What is it called?
Transform Your Health Challenge Group. Okay.
And this link is going to be in the My Event Cafe. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what you're talking about, I'm not going to remember that. No worries.
Yep.
Comment below this video if you're watching in the live on my Facebook group. comment below. I will get you the link, right? We're going to
Yep.
post the link to the My Event Cafe too. Again, this first one is free. It is really like a customer journey and a person to keep you accountable. A little bug in your ear going, you can do it.
Yep.
You got 3 more days of this one phase, right? You
Yep.
can do it. You're starting to feel better, or, just little things. And again, we're always going to have mindset with everything we do.
Always.
We're always going to have
Always.
that accountability and that fun little whatever image of like, you got this, sister, right?
Right.
And then the next one is going to be a small fee. We haven't even like completely set it up yet, but it's going to be more of us. We're going to have weekly Zooms. We're going to have lives in there. We're going to have more education, more specific systemic support. And we're going to also put in there a little bit about maybe cleaning out your pantry, maybe some food choice things. We're going to give you more ideas on how to seriously change what you put in your mouth and fuel your body with. You don't have to do that to do the cleanse. You don't have to.
Right.
Will
Right.
your body be supported better if you eat whole foods? Yes.
Yeah.
Will your body be more supportive if you take out sugar? Yes. We're not saying you have to do that. Either one. We're not saying you have to do that.
Right.
And so we really want everybody to take a cleanse. We really want to have you guys see the difference in your system, the difference in your brain, the difference in your skin, the difference in your hair growth. Somebody just commented the other day, we're like, holy cow, Jessica was like, Shannon, your hair is so long. And I seriously just got it cut 2 weeks ago. And so what is the difference between using the good supplements and doing this, giving this love to your body? We're calling it a cleanse. It is called a cleanse in our back office, but it's really supportive supplements. It's really
Right.
support and to allow your body to rejuvenate, right? And so there's going to be 2 very different customer journeys, right?
Exactly. And
I
that's
wanted to give.
intentional.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say it's intentional that way, right? Because
Mhm.
some people, especially if you've never done this process before, all they want to do is experience what it's like to do it with the supplements, right? And it's just, if that's all you're looking for, then that's why we set it up that way. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because that's how it was designed to be.
Mhm.
Um, Me being me, I'm always encouraging my patients to move more, to clean
Mhm.
up eating and work on emotions and all the different things. So
Yep.
that's what the extra group is for. It's going to have that extra coaching that's going to dig into the nutrition, the diet, the movement, talking about the lymphatic system and how the lymphatic system works to detox, talking about the liver more in depth. We
Mhm.
talk about the liver. There's going to be a post about how to love your liver, a
Mhm.
little education about it, in the free group too. So it's not like you're not getting any of this, but we just go much
Oh
more
yeah.
in depth, with the
Yep.
patient.
Much,
So
much more like white glove, you get more touch points, and more activity in there, right? You might even have homework. So if you want to pay for homework, no, it's going to be amazing. You're amazing. But we absolutely wanted to also find a way to assist, you guys, our active teammates, our active team already, or newbies. If you're new and you're watching this video, we wanted to give you the education on these products,
Mhm.
give you the education in the cleanse and how they can benefit you, and give you the education on the products where you can use them again after the cleanse. There's so many reasons and ways to use these products,
Absolutely.
that you'll learn. You'll learn different recipes, right? There's going to be a recipe exchanged. You get the collaboration in the Facebook group of like, oh my gosh, this is my 4th cleanse, right? Maybe you're a newbie and you're like, I've never done this before. What am I going to expect? And somebody who's done the cleanse 4 times, or this is their 6th year, or this is their whatever, it's going to be an asset for you guys. So if you are on Facebook, join that Facebook group. The link is in my event cafe. The link will be below this video. If you're like, I want up level, I've done 4 cleanses. And what is this up leveling? Post below here, comment below, up level. We'll get you that registration link for the other one, right off the bat. It's your personal customer journey. It's your personal, what you want to create. No pressure. They're both going to be amazing. You're both going to see our faces, in both of them. And if you like this and you like this way of learning, we already have 5 classes created in our mind. And
Mhm.
so we will be putting more of them up there in my event cafe. So if you guys, this is time for questions and answers. If you guys have questions right now, put them in the chat, comment below in this video if you're watching live. And the humans we have on Zoom, do you have any questions? No
Wait a minute.
questions today?
I see a comment there though, Miss Chrissy. We're gonna get you taking some DDR Prime, my dear.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh, I can't
How?
see comments right now.
How have you been with doTERRA all these years and never taken DDR Prime?
I just haven't.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I have never done
That is
a cleanse before.
Is it not part of Iris's protocol? DDR Prime?
No, no,
Really?
no. Her protocol is strictly oils.
Well, but we have the oil blend.
Mhm.
Yeah, but DDR Prime isn't part of that.
Interesting. Okay.
So Chrissy's it says here, if you guys are watching on the Facebook group and not in the Zoom room, Chrissy says that she has had a massive support for her blood levels since taking LLV. And I'm so excited for you, Chrissy. That is amazing, amazing, amazing. And can take them on empty stomach. I cannot. So it is, again, very personal, right?
Okay. Yep.
And I do agree. Everybody should use Copaiba and everybody can use DDR Prime in their life because they are so incredibly supportive for every organ in our body, including the outside organ that covers our entire body. It is
Exactly.
amazing.
And one thing
It
I
is
will
amazing.
say, right, about the DDR Prime, because it comes as a soft gel, or you can get it in a bottle as the oil. So if cost is a concern, buy the oil and the veggie capsules. It's always cheaper to make your own capsule than it is to buy the soft gel, right? The soft gel, you're also paying for the convenience. Both of them are great, but that's kind of the difference. It's gonna,
And Xenochrome, the soft gels, it's a Xenochrome oil. So if you have, and that's something we talked about in the My Event Cafe too. If you guys
yeah,
have some of these products, you don't have to get the whole cleanse kit, right? It does
absolutely.
come in a bundle. You absolutely right now can get 25% off of this bundle and get started with doTERRA. If you're not an active member, let us know and be like, hey, whoever invited you to this video, to this live, to this event, let us know if you want to get started with doTERRA and do the cleanse with us this month, because it's going to be really, really awesome. It's a perfect start to getting into doTERRA and starting your health journey. Absolutely. But if you've been with doTERRA for quite a while and you have DDR Prime oil and you have Xendocrine oil, those are two products you don't need to purchase in your LRP cart. You can get the rest of the products, right? Maybe you have LLV and you've taken it forever. Absolutely. So you have that in your toolbox. So just get the ones you don't have.
Exactly.
Unless you're like me and it comes in one box and you're all organized and you have all the things for 30 days, go ahead, add that to your LRP cart, get all the things for 30 days, and you'll have some stuff for extra, right? For after the cleanse too. So anyway, these products are gonna be amazing no matter for this month, as well as next month and the month after, because they're gonna last you longer than 30 days, all of them, except for LLV, right? If you take it the full dose, you're going to use all of those up in 30 days, but the rest of it, you're going to have some extras of, okay? So if you guys have any questions, post below this video. I'm so incredibly grateful you came here. Thank you so much, Zoomers.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to start with this and to share this educational systems and to show you how easy it is to also give your customers a journey. And if you are on our teams, reach out. If you're like, hey, I would like to share this with our teams too. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely. We're creating this not just for our own self. We're creating this for our teams. So reach out and let us know how we can serve you better. See if you're stronger. And just so you know, side note, we're doing Silver Club. So
We are.
this is like a proactive dive into re-education, getting us really excited and getting us comfortable again to be in front of all of you like amazing humans.
Exactly.
So
It's perfect.
thank you for joining in this blizzard of mine in this burr cold -46 degree weather
Oh
in real
man.
time. You guys have an amazing, amazing evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, you guys. Good night.